Okay, so the final thing I wanted to show you was how, with the clay that you've got left, or any spare clay, you can make some decorations. So we've got a piece of clay, got a rolling pin. We're going to roll this out nice and thinly. Quite simply, it's very much like making biscuits. Okay, nice and evenly. Then we're going to take our wallpaper that's textured. We're going to turn that over. Now you'll notice that there's a texture already on the clay here, so I want to get rid of that. So I'm going to roll that carefully, nice and evenly. Okay, and then I'm going to take the other section and I'm going to roll that on top. Again, I really need this to not move, and I want to get a nice even impression. And then I'm going to peel that off and carefully peel that off. Then taking my cutter, I'm going to place that on there, push it down. You can use any kind of cookie cutters that you've got for your shapes. Peel that off and move that over, and then carefully push that out. So I'm trying not to impress onto the textures that I've just made. Okay, and then I'm going to take my skewer again. This is a handy tool. And I'm going to make a hole at the top of the slab. I'm going to make that hole a decent size, because what I want to do is put some twine through there when it's dry. Now then, I could just leave that to dry, but what will probably happen is it'll warp, so the edges might lift up. So what I'm going to do is use a board. Now I've got these boards here that are quite handy, but you might want to use something like, something like 2 pieces of card. It might be a cereal packet that you can use, where I'm just going to place that on top of that. So there's not too much pressure, too much weight, but that weight will stop the clay from warping. And then I'm going to leave those to dry, and then I can pop them in the kiln and they will be ready to be either painted, glazed, or just kept plain. Some of these are quite nice, very matte obviously, just plain with some nice thread attached into that. So a really good way to use some of the spare bits of clay that you have, and you're thinking, what can I make with that? I mean, the other option is you can just model some shapes that you want, or have some fun making some little characters or whatever you'd like to make with that. Okay, just a little idea that you might want to have a go at.